going to check out order of operations, and basically order of operations is exactly how it sounds. When given a bunch of operations to do with numbers, you have to follow a certain order. And you can see on the chart here, first, anything inside grouping symbols, second, powers and roots, third, multiplication and division, they're on the same level from left to right, and then lastly, addition and subtraction from left to right, those are on the same level. And we have examples of grouping symbols here, different parentheses, brackets, braces. You can also separate some things by division bars, absolute values, things like that. We'll see what that looks like. Many of you know the acronym PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally is another way to remember this for order of operations. Just remember that multiplication and division are on the same level, and addition and subtraction are on the same level as well. Meaning if we were left with adding and subtracting, it doesn't matter if I would subtract first, as long as that was the first thing that showed up before addition, I can do that. They're on the same level. So let's take a look at some examples. So for A, first thing, this is where our knowledge of integers comes in with negatives and positives, as well as powers and roots and everything like that. So first thing, I don't see any parentheses, but I do see exponents, so I'm going to take care of that first. Now, -4 to the second power, the -4 is not in parentheses, meaning this 2 to the power of 2 only applies to the 4. This will be a -16. And then I like to rewrite the whole thing, but obviously you can take some shortcuts if you want to. I do this just for visual purposes. Now we're done with that. We're on the multiplication and division level, and we have to do that from left to right. So first I would do 24 divided by 3, and I would get 8. And then I would have to take 8 times 2 and get 16. So we're left with -16 plus 16. And now this comes out to 0. So that is A. Alright, letter B. This one we have we have two grouping symbols. We have brackets, and then we have parentheses on the inside. So we always want to do the innermost thing first. So I'm going to take care of the 5 minus 2, which is 3. Now that's to the second power. Rewrite this real quick. Okay. So we got to take that power next, 3 to the second, which would be 9. And to finish this off here, 25 minus 9 is going to give us 16. And then 4 times 16, which is 64. There we go. So that's how we do that. Moving on. There's also something called evaluation, where you actually put in a number for a variable. We'll ignore B here. But what I want us to be careful of is, let's ignore this. If we put in, for 21 minus x plus 2 times 5, let's put in x equals -7. Putting in a negative can be kind of tricky. So what I like to do is actually rewrite what's given with that number in for x. So 21 minus -7 plus 2 times 5. Alright, now for evaluation, they have to give you what the value of x is, or whatever variable there is. We're not solving for it, they're actually just saying, here's a statement, put this number in and solve. So we run into, we do multiplication first, so 2 times 5, since there's no grouping symbols or powers. And then what we see here is this situation, minus a negative, we turn into the adding the opposite, or the plus. So 21 plus 7 plus 10. And then we would add all of these up here and get our answer. So 21 plus 7 is 28, plus 10, 38. So that's evaluation. Falls into the category of order of operations as well. And then the last two examples here, these are different grouping symbols as well. You would take care of, for A, you would take care of the numerator by itself, the denominator by itself, and then see if you can reduce that fraction. So here, again, this power of 2 only applies to the 2, since that minus sign is not in parentheses with the 2. So really up here we've got -22 minus 4, all over 5 minus 3, which is 2. So we can simplify that. Our top, negative 22 minus 4 is negative 26 over 2. You can reduce that, or you can look at this as negative 26 divided by 2, negative 13. All right, and lastly, here, our last step is going to be divide by 5 for b. We want to take care of the absolute value first. So we want to say 10 minus 5 to the second is 25 divided by 5. And then we've got 10 minus 25, that's negative 15 divided by 5. But remember, absolute value means distance from 0, so those always come out positive. So really we have 15